the river that passes between the mountains, that leaves the flag at half staff, that runs, if I understand, and I might have to check, to run Route 25, Interstate 25, and everything is about Interstate 25, looking it up on the computer right now. You do know that when I come on here, I'm unprepared. I look while I'm on here. It's better to show you how I got and made, what the process is for me to get where I'm going. That way you can understand why and how I got there, so you can make your own presumptions on your own reality. Highway 25, Interstate 25 is an interstate in the western United States, primarily north and south highway on interstate, stretches from 10 Las Cruces, New Mexico to Interstate 90, which goes into Buffalo, which goes into the Idaho or Iowa, Idaho, Wyoming. And if I believe properly, this interstate will break off and we will get onto Highway 93, the Sky Highway, the highway of the arches that run between Hoover Dam. Okay, let me see what it says on this page that I'm reading. Yes, it leads to Hoover Dam, the sky. Why the sky? Because 93, 9 and 3 say C-I-E-L. C-I-E-L says sky people. In Avatar, they talked about the sky people. But we are the men of the islands. Blue 40. Blue 40. Blue 40. Highway 93. You noticed I keep putting up that difference again. It's not me. My computer has now decided that when you see the difference again, it has decided to put that in all my videos. Since I'm uploading, it used to go blank. Now it just shows up again, the difference again. The difference again. They put a new road between the two sides, between the two mountains that connect Arizona, if it's still Arizona, over to Nevada. Las Vegas, Reno, Nevada. The hour of time, the whore. The hour of time. The sprouts. What sprouts up? Sprouts in Nevada. Can't leave home without it. What word is passed in Nevada is a word that is silent, that never leaves Nevada. What happens in Nevada stays in Nevada. But they don't say it that way. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. V for life, the divide. You fill up that divide, that bottom divide. All you have is the two sides. You don't see it anymore. You see the mountain like this. When you see the V, you've come to the gulch, to the bottom, to the empty, the gulch where there's no water because you gulped it all up. But when you come to the top of the water, you now come down the mountain, you go across and you go up. That creates the U. You go all the way down to the bottom, it creates the V. So the reality of the U is we're coming to the top of the cube of the dice, which would be the water. If we went down into the heart of a dice, you would end up creating the V. But when you stay on the top of it, connecting the two mountains on each side, you stay with the U. What makes a U? Between the two sides of the road, you come down the mountain. Otherwise, you have the plain. What's over here? This is pretty simple. 7, 0, 7, 67, 6 and 7, 13. 42 is the in-between. 3 and 5, electric company will reconnect. 7 equals 7 equals 7 equals 7 equals. Now, where do we get these numbers? 3 and 7 equal 10. 0 and 7 equals 7. 6 and 7 equal 13. 67, 80 becomes 86. I already did 7, 67. Now when we add this over here, this becomes 87. Plus 60 is 147 again. I already added my 60 to this 7, but you have to do all the numbers in order. So if we add this at the end, it becomes 04, it becomes 64. 64 is the crossing east and west of 4 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 149. becomes 01, becomes 04, becomes 09, becomes 61, becomes 64, becomes 69. 69, the reality is, becomes 15. I have to mark that because everything has to be marked. The process of connecting elements between one side and the other is everything is marked. '61 becomes 07, becomes 67. 7 is 7. 64 becomes 10, becomes 16, becomes 7. 69 becomes 15. When you get 69 and you look at this 15 again, that's Highway 15. That runs inside of Nevada. Highway 15 runs inside of Nevada through Utah, picking up Highway 80 into Highway 15, 86 and 15, 101, Highway 80 to 15. The mind connects. 80 becomes 86, becomes 62. 86 and 49 are almost the same. 7 is between 8 and 6. 8 and 7, 7 and 6. 7 by 7 is 49. 7 plus 7 is 14 equals 63. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 plus 6 is 14, and 48 is 62, 63, 125. 6 and 6 is 12 equals 3. 3 and 2 equals 5. 3 and 5, electric company running through the highways and through Nevada all the way down into Canada, into California. But Canada also has Highway 15, and it runs the border of Highway 87. We're running the border of 87, but on the other side, we run the border of 80. 0 equals 6 becomes 86. And do not forget that automatically 5 is in 6, only because of the reality of this one dot that is opposite of this, creating 5 inside 6. 5 and 6 and 5 and 7 in the same die. This is the half-life between this side and this side. It's nothing until the water goes to the flow. We pass over the bridge, Hoover Dam, the arches, H.H. Herbert Hoover, Hoover vacuum cleaners. Have you ever seen the nuclear reactors that are there? Why do I call them nuclear reactors? Because they look like a jukebox. The jukebox. So I say because of the side sweepers, which is the 4 corners, which I've just put out to be the 4 speakers that are in the 4 corners of the room. As I sit to the center of the room to hear the boom, boom, boom. But we don't sit in the center of the room as we do in a concert studio. We sit in the back of the room. So I still hear the boom from side to the corners. 90 degree, 45 degree to the corners. That's the best reception for me. So we're going to go back in here, leaving 7 at 0.36. The 8 and 7, the gash or the mark, G-H, gash, ashes to ashes, D-ust to dust. 8 equals -1, +2, +5. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So we get 8, 1, 2, 5. We get Venus and we get Earth coming together alone over here. Over here we get -214. This is the bad cat. D-B-A, bad. 21 is you. You bad. I, you bad. I-H, geish, or geisha, or geyser. 1 and 12, 12 and 1, into the one world that comes from 7. 12 and 1 equals to 13. But this will become 13 all on its own, because when this becomes 1, we need to reach the 13 world, we get 12. 1 and 3. Bar mitzvah, 1 and 3. The D power. The D power, if I can design that, will show you the D power. In between, when the water passes down the falls, this water connects and it drags this energy all the way down here and it shoots it through the Colorado River, bringing that energy, the tide energy. It's a tide energy. What does it clean? I don't know, but it sucks whatever energy that is up. It brings all the energy down. What is the speed of that water falling down between Hoover Dam that's pulling, not only creating the generators to work, but it pulls an energy because the water flows. So it pulls the air that goes with it. I don't know how it works because I'm not set up with it. Everybody, we saw the bird here yesterday. We saw the arrows this way, north and south. We can make them go east and west, but we already know that once you bring these two together, these must remain on the outside. I only showed you one tooth. I didn't show two teeth. Here's the F letter that goes between the lemon. Here's your lemon, is your F. Why is the line over here? Because it cuts off in the middle. You put a line over here at the top, a line over here at the bottom, right over here. 2 times 1, 4 times 2, 6 times 3, 8 times 4, 10 times 5, 12 times 6. Why? Because the dice cube only goes to 6. Because the dice cube starts in 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is everything. 1 goes in the middle of everything, and 2 is at the corners. So we don't need 3 because 3 is not in everything. 3 is what's the opposition. 3 is what brings everything together. 1 and 2 is what makes everything. These are the wings of Aleph. When you see this design over here, see this center over here, it's this center here. A is here in Aleph, and the 9 is over here. So you bring down right over here. The third corner in Aleph, you notice the way it's moved over, it's because it's on this side. It's right over here it's connecting to. This side over here, it's connecting right over here on the outside of these points. But as we see in games, when we connect games, we're not connecting at the points, we're connecting at the flat lines. 2015. Why is it 2015? Cross angle here once, cross angle here 2, cross angle here 3. But we can't do this. You can't do this and this at the same time. It's 3 times 5 and it's 4 times 5. 2015 is the year. 5775, the number 35. And 7 and 5 and 35 equal 1010. And now I'm working on an equation right now. Just want to go back to this one over here. 474. 474. 0, 7 equals 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 6, 16, 7, 4, 4, 7, 4. This is what we are now. 5 by 7, 5 plus 7 equals 57, 75. 75 times 75 is 56 and a quarter. 75 plus 75 is 150 plus 56 and a quarter is 57, 75. 210. Add 1 to 20, it equals 210. Add 1 to 15, it equals to 120. 102 is blackjack. 0 equals 6. 216 is 9 days at 24 hours. 321, ABC, and 654. 6 and 3 is 9. 5 and 2 is 7. 1 and 4 is 5. 5, 7, 9. 654 is 15. 456 is the federation of ABC of the U-turn. 210. 0. 0 is the U-turn. The 10th letter is the road we travel, connecting everything else. 10 connects everything together. 2 sides of 5 and 5, and then the connecting 11 in the center, the size of the racetrack. What did we do over here? Why did I multiply all these? To see what the numbers do in their self. I'm not going to come out here and explain it because I learn on the go. All I know is 9 times 9, 81, or a minute and 21 seconds on the clock. But then if we use 121, it'd be 1111 equals 121. This is 81 seconds. This is the letter R that's created from this. It's 2 9s. 2 times 9 is the birth. The 2 sides of 9, 18, plus 2 is 11 equals 29. 64 is your chessboard. Your chessboard, what about the chest or the Chesterfield or Chester the dog? But I'm not getting in, equals 64. East and west is your heaven. 6 and 4 is 10. Your heaven of light equals to 80, 86, the cat in the hat. That brings the 9 birth. 2 and 4 will recreate 6 and 8 to make 10, 10. Well, 57, 75 does the same thing because 5 by 7 recreates the 35, 20, and 15. 35 will create your 35 that creates 10, 10, which is over here. 57 and 53 equal 10, 10. 35, 53, it doesn't matter. Inside of this, 53 by 53 equals 159. 3 by 150, 3 by 50, 150. 3 by 3 is 9. 159. 159 minutes is 239 minutes. Now, I'm not going to get into what that is because 239, it says 2 skies, okay, or disguise. 159 or 915 minutes Okay, if I remember correctly, let me think about it. 190, 3 hours and 15 minutes is 195 minutes. 15 hours and 15 minutes is 915 minutes. 900 or 915 as in a clock will equal to 555 minutes. 555, the passage. This total equals 3709 for 5779 equals 2066. All zeros equal 6 is the year 2000 or 2666. Two boards of 666 equals to two roulette boards equals to 72, or the 72 times 5 rotation of the clock. Another thing I have to look at this is I have to remove 10 years from this. I'm always removing 10 years. When I began this project, it was 5775. So the one thing about that, removing that, is this number over here. When I multiply 5 by 7, 5 plus 7 equals to 47. 4 by 7, 4 plus 7 equals to 28 and 11. The moon and the other side of the corner, the other side of the sun, equals to 39. 39 by 39 is 1521 minus 5765. Excuse me, minus 5765. Okay, 5765. Okay, 5765. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going with this. Right, here's where it is. 7286 minus 5765 when I began equals to 1521. Created from 57 is 4 and 7, which is the moon of Christ, which is 313, because inside of 7 is 3, then 1, then 3. A, B, C, D, D, A, B, C. 1521 is what I get. 39 by 39 is the two skies. The two skies, the one moon, and your 11, your birth. 3 by 9 is 27. 3 and 9 is 12 equals to 39. 4 by 7 is 28. 4 plus 7 is 11 equals 39. 39 repeats 93. Saturn, highway that passes over Hoover Dam. 5775 from 7286 equals 1511 or 1521. Because of the 10 years that I had to start this project, equals to the same number. Because I see something different and I can't explain it right now. It's not time. They took two squares, they cut the corner out of one square, and this is what it looks like. Man's body with his head. I saw this at a stop sign today. 47 by 47. We do know, excuse me, let me go back to 35 by 35 equals to 1855 from 5775 equals 3936. See the 3926? Add 10 more years, it's 3936 over here. 3936 is creation of the sky, people. 39, 3 and 9, ciel, Venus. 26, 126, because inside of 9 is a 1. Forget about the 8. It's 1 and 8 to create this. This becomes 126. Half of this is 63, creation of the sixes. 24 by 24 is 5760, the year 2000. 7 and 5 and 7 and 5, 12 by 12 is 144. 35 by 35 is 39, is 1855. 1955, 1999. 75, 57 multiplied, 1999. Well, how many years do we need? We need 22 years. How many years do I want? I'm not going to go any further. 47 by 47, Moses is born. 80 times 47, which is the same thing as 94 by 40. And it's the same number. Talks about Uranus and Jesus, the time of the second moon. 6 by 47 is 282. 16 and 10, 26. ZZ, 26, 26. Venus, Saturn, Venus, Saturn. When I speak about ABC, BCA, ABC, D, and G. A, B, C, D, and G. Here it goes E and A. This is E and A. Inside the middle of O, because O goes like this, all the way around, and then it drags it to the center. It's this side, and it's this side, two ovals, and then it comes to a circle. Because it's a half-mile track. You have to go twice around in order to make it. Twice around, 1,440 minutes in a day, is 2,880 times 1.25, 5, 5, and 5, equals to 360 degrees of 1 day. So the reality is, we're 1 day old. We're 1 year old. Man is 1 day old right now. We turn 1 year old right now. No more than that. I calculated with the number of leap years, 6,000 years divided by 4 equals to 1,500. 1,500, okay? Take away the clock is 1440. 1,440 divided by 4 equals to, man would be exactly 4 years old, if that's the way you want to look at it, according to leap years, right? 4 years old, but 360 is 1 turn, so man is 1 heart of 4 years. That's it. Man is turning 5 this year, according to these numbers. But there's a whole bunch of numbers for different realities. The first reality is we're only 1 year. It takes 1,500 years to make a year. Why? Because the circle is 15. Times 10, 1 and 9, times 10, 3 and 7 equals 100. 100 times 15 is 1,500 times 4 is 6,000 years. Forget about this. And forget about this. That's in between. 2468 is in between. What you live in the 9 birth to bring into the 8 value is in between 8 and 5. 8 times 5 is your 40 world. ABC, CBA. When you put crisscross the C's together, because when you make a circle and a circle, these C's will overlap and they'll leave a curvature in between. The same, they'll leave lips. There's a pair of lips this way and there's a pair of lips this way. The pair of lips this way that you kiss with give you east and west life. The pair of lips that give you time heaven, the area to live, is a female and a male coming together and plugging in 1 circle inside the middle of north and south. ABC, ABC, 646, 646, 15, 15, 15. 15 and 15 is 30, 15 and 15 is 30, 15 and 15 is 30. 45 in the center, 30 to the left. 75, 45 in the center, 30 to the left, 75. 19, 19, 19 is 57. 25, 25, 25 is 75. 75 and 57 is 132. CBA, the doorway. GDO, God, dog, in between the center, because it's center C. Center C, it's where COC meets together. The value of this is all cut in half because it's what overlaps the reality of the center becomes because of the 2 sides. Cock, cock. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Let me get up at 5 a.m. 5 is in between. 5 and 1 becomes 6. And when does the rooster crow? Ba, 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 ba. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. The foxhole. 15, 15, 15, 45. Is everyone gone? The gate has been opened. How we stand and how we make blocks stand. The hat. Have you ever seen the hat on the jacks and the kings and the cards? Have you ever seen the 9 card or the 6 card and how we have to hold things up according to today's science and mechanics in a garage? 5 and 2 is right here in the center. You want to kick a field goal, you kick a 5-2 field goal. That'll get you 3 points, but it won't get you a 6 and 1 touchdown, but it'll get you a field goal because the posts stand up at 6. The ball goes through at 7. You miss, you hit 8. You don't get the 3 points at 8 because 8 is down here. It's under the post. 7 is up here. When the 7 is up here, it's 5 and it's 2 on the card. 5 and 2 on the card. The bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. The bar equals to your 5. That is your H. Here's your 7 underneath. 7 and 8 together create lamed. Any flat angle, this can be the E. But the E in Greek is shown to have this. The E and D show this angle over here. Now, I can't take it to another level unless I explain it. My son told me. My son right now, today, and he started last week, I bought myself one of those motherboard boxes, however you call it, and I'm downloading my 4,000 videos. And he said, Dad, Dad, first of all, he would never watch this stuff. That's for sure. He says, Dad, he says, nuts? He says, you are. He says, you're all the nuts in one box. He says, you got to make it so the people understand you. And I said, son, I says, right now, I'm just trying to learn myself. I'm trying to save all my memory that I possibly could. I'm putting it out on the network. The people that are out there are going to take this in and they're going to throw it back at me and say, well, do this or do this or do this. At least I have the information memorized. People are looking at it. Then we can tear it apart and put it together nice and smooth. But right now, This is the beginning of the movie. Cut, take two, cut, take three, cut, take four. We'll never get it done. That's the way it works in my mind. I just need to get the whole thing together. Some things won't make sense, do make sense. 80 times 47, 123 times 47. 30 eggs come in an egg tray. 30 becomes 36 creation. We have the 56 stars. 56 and 36 makes 92 the birth. 92 times 47 equals to 4324. DC man. The total, 67. 32 is the doorway between 4 and 4. 32 is the doorway between 4 and 4. 32 is the doorway between 4 and 4. Your doorway's here. 4 and 4 become this. Becomes your doorway. This is your 33. But if we put our hands together this way, right, our 44 becomes the ring fingers because we're tying things up, right? Otherwise, if we put it together this way, this becomes our record player, and we need these to come out. Hey, everybody, what's happening? It's all in between, beside, and that's what you get. You now get the two worlds, or you get the two worlds. You see what I have to do to my head to do this? It's all, this is the reality. It's so stupid, but it is the reality. That's where I get my reality from. A reality check. Hello. Mr. Cock Pants. Mr. Cock Pants, open the door. Okay, it's open. So this is your 4 and 2. This is your 4 and 2. This is your 4 and 2. You're 4 and 2. What are you talking, buddy? I'm not foreign. You're 4 and 2. Oh, okay. I'm from a foreign land. 4 in, 4 out. So this makes your 4 in. This makes your gun. 007, 357, 375, whatever you want to do with 375, 2, 6, and 4 fit in between. 1 is inside of 5. 1 is between 2 and 4. 1 thumb on each hand. 1 pinky on each hand. 1 ring finger on each hand. 1 pointer on each hand. What's this one? Up yours? Up yours? Bullshit. Peace. Hey, baby, I'm talking to you. Reality sits in these hands. You know what I like about my hands? You see these hands? I'm just going to follow. I have a line that goes from here all the way across. One straight line. On. One straight line. I know it's 28 minutes. You find me another line. See, the line bends. Do this to your hand, straight across, and then do this. Or hold up your second hand. Right in. Try and do that. You know, before they cut you with the nail, right? Before they shove the nails in your hand, right? Before they shove the nail in your hand, they scrape the hand to remove the skin, otherwise it doesn't go through. So they rub it. They don't just bang it, otherwise the hand will just go in. And then everything will spurt out. So they cut it like this. They take the knife and they cut it like this, and then they shove it in. The other hand, okay, they missed, and it just went up and down right over here in this section. And then they put it in between the bones. So when they hold you on the cross, okay, that you're really tied up well between the bones and the tendons. The tendons are really strong. So anyways, I guess that's what they did to Jesus when they put him up there. That's why they gave me these hands. They wanted to say, hey, buddy. That's what they did. I got the nails out all right. I got the nails out all right. And I nailed it right here. I pinned the nail on the donkey. Pinned the nail on the donkey. Pinned Jesus' hands on the cross. Relate the two together. I just thought of it just now. And my son was telling me I must quote Churchill. They run the horses at Churchill Downs. They run the horses at Belmont. La Belle, the beautiful mountain. They run the horses in the Preakness. They run the Derby for the Derby hat. The Derby hat was used in James Bond by one of them. He threw the hat as a round circle. Take away the top of the hat and just use the round circle of the hat as a cut, something that cuts. Okay, I don't remember where it comes out. I know the videos are long. I really understand it, but I come out here and I have to do the entire piece of what's in here. If I don't empty the mind, then there is no peace for me. Ronnie, yes, you're the only one there. There's nobody else. Who are you talking to? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. It's time to get to work today and get them brains moving. Yellow and red. The red will turn to brown. The yellow will piss in the toilet, be a little salty. If it was cold outside, you see the steam coming off. Oh, steam horse, right? Underneath the mountains, underneath the Rocky Mountains, is a big company down there. And down by New Zealand, oh boy, what are they doing out there? Zealand. 26, 6, 22, 26, 6, 22, 26. Zebra stripes, Judgment Day comes. New Zealand rocks. New Zealand rocks. New Zealand, Heinz, New Zealand, the high heaven and the high sky runs in the same letters that designed the sixth dice that comes out this dice in New Zealand. As you spin it around, it says New Zealand. The I in Zyland. Thank you for watching. New Zylander. Islander, the connecting bridges.